go back to our roots, and we are going to learn about the roots part of a functioning plant. All right, so what we're going to do is I am going to roll up paper towels, and these are going to be our roots. Okay, so I have two already made, and now I'm going to make one a little different than the other two that I have. So I'm going to roll up my paper towel, going to get a piece of tape here, just to hold it in place. I'm going to trim it just a little bit. Okay, so this one I'm going to keep just really simple. I'm going to keep it rolled just like that. This one I'm just going to snip off completely. Okay? And then this one I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to make little strips at the bottom. Okay, let me get a lot. All right. So see how that's frayed? Okay. So now I'm going to use rice in a jar. This is going to be my soil or my dirt. Okay? So come close. I'm going to take this one that doesn't have anything. I'm going to dig down in the rice. Might have to shake it a little bit. Okay, I'll put some rice around it. Okay, see how it's in the rice just a little bit, almost to the tape, but not halfway. Okay, I'm going to just move some of this over. Now I'm going to plant this root. We'll use this color to help. Okay, going to stick that down in there. I'm going to kind of hold it up just a little bit so some rice can get at the bottom. And I'm going to pour some more. All right. See how you can see the roots in the bottom? Okay. Then this one that has no roots, I'm going to just gently place it on top. Okay. So now we're going to water our plants or our roots, and we're going to see how the roots work. So let's start with our water. I put food coloring in it. If you don't have food coloring, you can use Kool-Aid or watercolor or paint. Okay, so first let's water the no root. I'm going to keep it to the side. Keeping it to the side so you can see. Okay, so that was no root. Now we're going to do the one that was just straight. Okay, so we'll pour some water in the back. Fill that up. Okay. Now, last but not least, the one that we cut in strips, I'm going to be watering that one. And now we're going to see how it works. So let's check out this one. This one, remember, we just gently placed it on top. It's almost to the tape. It's coming a little ways up. This one is way past our tape, and I'll take our tape off so you can see. This one was the straight one, and then this one was our frayed one, the ones that we cut in strips. All right, just a little bit more in there. Okay. So, based on our observations here, which one do you think absorbs the most? No root, straight root, frayed root. All right, just a little bit more. Just to see what's going on. Based on our observations, I think this one has a little bit more. What do you think? So, now that we've seen the different types of roots, let's try to pull them up. Okay, so here's the one with no roots. I'm going to put very light touch. Came right up. Okay. Now I'm going to try to pull the root that was just straight. Okay, very light touch. Okay, that was a little bit more difficult. Now I'm going to pull the one up that was completely like cut, the strips. That brought a lot of soil, and it was the hardest one to pull. Now take a look. See how much soil is on this one, and then look at all this. Look how much soil came with that one. So based on our observations, which one, if you were a plant, which root do you think you would get the most nutrients or most water? Okay, so these different types of roots, these two, actually have names. We have the root that went straight to the ground. That is called a taproot. Okay, when you think of a taproot, think of like a carrot or a beet or even a dandelion weed. They grow straight down into the ground and they don't have any little frayed edges. Okay, the next one was the one that was cut in strips. It was frayed. That's called a fibrous root. That one goes down into the ground and it just grows almost like an upside down tree. If you want to think of this one, think of how rice grows in China and Japan and other Asian countries, bamboo, and even a marigold flower. You know, the ones that you give your mom for Mother's Day or just a parent for Mother's Day? That's what that is. Okay? These roots can either work one by one or they can work together. And see how they work together? The plant's happy. The taproot grows down into the ground first. It gets really down into the ground to get a lot of nutrients and water. And then these little fibrous roots, those are the roots that hold the plant in place, also drawing in water to the plant. So it's kind of like an anchor on a ship. So let's review a little bit. So the taproot was frayed, or no, I'm sorry. The taproot was a straight root down into the ground. That's the root that brings up the most nutrients. The fibrous root was the root that grows almost like an upside down tree to bring nutrients and better support to a plant. If you have no roots, you get some water, but you could blow away. You won't be able to get the nutrients that the ground truly has, so it's good to have some roots. And let's take a really close look at these clover weeds. See how this is a fibrous root? And then these little tiny ones, these little hairs, those are a fibrous root, and then this is the taproot. All right, I hope you learned about some of your roots today. And if you were a plant, what roots would you want?